This is the official post-event press conference for EFC 50, live from Sun City, South Africa.
Thank you all for coming out to Sun City for EFC 50. That was quite simply one of the best events we've had in our 50 shows. It was awesome. The atmosphere in here was brilliant, and congratulations to all these athletes. We're going to start off with some performance bonuses. And there's quite a few that we're giving out because the fights are so great. We're going to start off with Elvis and Ricky for the epic heavyweight battle. Chad and Kian for their light heavyweight war. That was fantastic as well. Plus, we're doing additional bonuses for Chad Henning and Umtabisi for his KO. And the fight of the night is a welterweight title clash between Dricus and Martin. That was special. All right.
First question is for the new welterweight champ, Dricus. Dricus, words are kind of insignificant at times like these. Just tell us your thoughts and emotions and how much this means to you.
Thank you, firstly, everybody that came out, all the support. Guys, you guys rock. Thank you very much. This feeling is absolutely undescribable. It's really, I can't believe it. It feels so unreal, having this piece of gold in front of me. It's been a dream for so long. It's been hundreds, maybe thousands of hours putting in the gym. And right now it feels like I literally will do double that to get this feeling. To keep this title in front of me, I will do double that. It's absolutely awesome. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to EFC for giving me the opportunity to fight for this title. And thanks to my opponent for it takes two to make a good fight. And thanks to him, thanks to FFM for always bringing the fight. But, CIT, that's the way.
The question for Martin. Martin, just following up on from that, I mean, a person sitting next to me in the crowd said it's a pity someone has to lose. And that's how I felt watching that, and that's why it was fight of the night. But just to get technical on it, I mean, you opened up with really shooting on Dricus. Looking back, is that what you wanted to do? Because in the stand-up, you seem to be landing, and then Dricus took you down. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, we always knew that Dricus was going to try to come out and take me down. So we wanted to get the jump on him from the start, so just to disrupt the game a bit. I felt I got the better of the exchanges and the grappling. And when I did get on the feet, landed some kicks, landed a nice right hand, it just didn't go my way, I got caught. Percentage game at the end of the day. I let him slip the choke in and I thought I could get out, and when he sunk it in, it was really deep. So. Okay, if you say so.
Next question is for Shauna Power. Shauna, you mentioned being the first woman going being the first woman in the EFC history to be going 2-0 in a row. How important is history to you in becoming the first woman champion, and what do you think it's going to take if you possibly face Isabelle Perret?
For me, it's about creating a legacy at the end of the day, and I'm the first woman to have won 2 in a row, and I'm chasing the belt. It's not only about the belt, but I want to be the first woman in South Africa and in the EFC to hold the title, so it is very important to me. Possibly facing Isabella, I don't see it a possibility right now. I know that she's fighting in different organizations, and I don't feel it's fair to the EFC people that are fighting and fighting to make their way to the title. So if she wants to fight, she needs to come back. She is on a losing streak. She lost in Poland in a title fight, so she needs to build her way back up in order to face me. But there are other athletes that are willing to, that need to build themselves up, and I'll face whoever that is.
Firstly, congratulations to Shauna and Nicole. You put on an amazing fight. I think women's MMA is strong in South Africa after watching that. Nicole, the question for you, I think everyone will agree that you took more punishment than I think I've seen most men take, and you just kept coming forward. Can you give us your thoughts on the fight and facing Shauna and how it went for you?
Shauna is really tough, and I was imagining this fight going in a different way. I wish I could have stuck to my game plan better, but I got hit so hard and I couldn't control her, so all my congratulations to her. I'll go back to the gym, I'll train harder, I'll come back stronger, I'll do my best to do better next time.
My question is to Kian. Kian, I think your fight, if it wasn't fight of the night, it was pretty close between you and Chad. Question is essentially, right at the end there, you looked like you were gone. he looked like he could have hit you with a puppy dog and you would have fallen over. I mean, you look gassed. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I suppose the big takeaway for me, like Chad did great. Like, he's a really good opponent. That's the sort of fight I want. I don't want to be taking gimme fights and knocking out bums. I want hard fights and to put on a good display. And hopefully I've earned a little bit of respect just from the display, and that hopefully I've gained a few fans from that. My conditioning was off a bit. My conditioning was off, and that won't happen again. I'd love to run it back down the line sometime. I know Chad's probably going to go on to bigger things now, but that's my goal. I'm here to be a champion. I didn't show it tonight. It wasn't my night, but I'll get back there, and that's my plan. Okay, thanks, guys.
The next question is for going straight back to Chad Hanekom. Chad, what's next for you? Is it one fight at a time? Is there a plan within Fight Fit Militia for the light heavyweight division? Or dare I say, is there something even bigger beyond the horizon for you? What are your thoughts?
Good evening to everyone, and thank you for coming out to this landmark event firstly. With regards to that question, the champion in my division is my mentor and my training partner and one of my coaches. Graham and I have spoken a lot, and I know that Rich also wants me to be fighting as many international guys as I can. Thank you to all the South Africans that got behind me tonight, and that was really good feeling. But I'd like to fight as many international opponents as I can. I want to be tested where I can be tested, and to be honest, I don't think any of the other light heavyweights in the division will be testing me as the internationals would. Not to take anything away from them, but I want to fight the international guys. I want to fight the good guys coming over.
Caro, just a thought on Rafael Heretic. No one's really put him under immense pressure. Where does he sit now? Obviously, we're looking at David Brisky and we're looking at Yannick Bahati. What happens with Rafael?
Yeah, I mean, he looked great tonight. Again, another solid victory by him. I'd still love to see that Michiel Opperman fight. I think it'll be a killer one to watch. So we'll chat. Obviously, Michiel's knee's healing up. He said he should be back in training in a couple of weeks' time, and then see if we can get that fight on. That'll be good to see.
Cara, just following on from Chad's statements, are there any plans to bring more internationals over to the light heavies?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we're constantly looking for top talent to bring in. You know, Kieran was, I think that fight he put on tonight, it does make two to put on a good fight, and that fight was fantastic. It was close to fight of the night. And more guys like that, you know, keep bringing in the top guys that we can from around the world and keep putting on the best fights that we can.
The next question goes to Gordon. Gordon, I think it was quite clear you came out with intent, but taking this fight on the late notice that you did, do you think that had any impact? Because it just looked like Rafael had you sort of halfway through that round. Looked like he literally had control of you.
Yeah, I mean, any time you step up on short notice to fight anybody, it's always a risky bet. I'm not too sure about that. I felt crisp, I felt clean, I felt fit. I was landing, my movement was good. Rafael's he's just a top opponent, you know. He's a top caliber fighter. He's a world-class fighter, and you know, it's always been a case of stepping up and fighting. To me, it's not about plans and not about journeys and stuff. It's getting in there and fighting, and to latch on to what Chad said earlier. You know, I want big fights. I want to put on big fights, and win or lose, it's about the fight part of it. I don't think the short notice had any impact on it. That man hits like a freight truck, and you know, it landed, and I went down. It's the fight business. It's the hurt business. Somebody goes down, and if that punch landed like the night I hit Kieran, you know, we would have been sitting having a different conversation the other way around. It just happens. It's the fight game.
And just a quick follow-up to that one. You say you're in the same boat as Chad. You want to get tested by top-end opponents. Do you think the banter that's happening between you and Patrick, is he a top enough end opponent for you?
I said top-end opponents, bud.
Question for Ruan. Ruan, obviously you were looking to get back in the win column. I think you did that. The fight did start off a bit slow. The ref had to come to you guys and ask you to get a bit active. Can you give us some thoughts on what happened in the beginning of the fight, and then obviously just your thoughts on getting back in the win column.
Also thank you guys for coming out and watching us tonight. I'm sure everybody appreciates that, and also staying here for the press conference, appreciate it. Getting back to the win column, it's great. Obviously, awesome to be back in the win column, good feeling. And I'm planning to stay here for quite some time now, getting back to the slow start of the game, I did hear a couple of boos and stuff. But my game plan was something totally different, which I didn't expect him coming out. He's obviously training, a lot of people don't know, training out of a camp that I trained at before. So obviously they knew my game plan of most of my fights. So it was a bit hard for me to actually distinguish what they're going to tell him and what to try doing. So I was actually expecting him to come out, which he didn't do. And, that's the way it is. The way it's going to go, and the way it went, should I say? And at the end of the day, I did what I needed to do, and that's my game. I said to everybody, if it goes to ground, it's my game. If he throws me, it's my game, and judo is my game. So at the end of the day, take my hats off to him. He jumped in the ring with me, which a lot of the opponents aren't willing to do these days. Funny enough, I don't know why, but hats off to him, and he's there. He's faced up for the challenge, and congratulations to him too.
I have a question for Cairo. Cairo, who's next for Drickers?
Jeez. It's such an exciting division, the welterweights. We got guys like Temba Garimbo who are in there. We'll sit down with Drickus and the guys and see where to go from here, but I can't wait to see him fight again. The sooner the better.
Those next questions for Martin van Staden. Martin, it really is my belief these are still early days for you. You've had one of the greatest careers in the EFC with an even brighter future. But tonight, on the back of a loss, what advice would you give to younger fighters on never giving up on their dreams?
Just keep fighting, I've got at least 5-6 years left, I'm only coming to my stride now. I've been in the game 8 years. Still got lots of time left. You're never too old. As old as you tell yourself you are. Guys that are young and taking the sport seriously, will have a great future, Guys like me are paving the way for the younger generation, and they'll benefit from it then.
I think the next question is for Kara. Kara, there's 3 belts that have been inactive for some time now. There's flyweight, bantamweight, and light heavy. Can you give us any news on what's happening with those belts? Are they still going to be on the bench for a while, or what's the plan with them?
So light heavyweight, we're doing an interim title fight with Tumelo Maputa and champion Delcher in Cape Town. That's going to take place. We're looking at for Zulu. There's some news coming up in the flyweight division, so we'll see what happens there. But we're going to do a #1 contender fight coming up soon. I think that's happening at EFC 51 with Mourinho and Baldwin. What was the other belt that he said has been inactive? Bantamweight. Oh man. Our friend Demart. Where's Demart? Demart's begging to fight again. He wants to get in there. He says he'll fight anyone, anytime. So we're going to do Ishad Sayed and Demart, and we're hoping to do that fight in Cape Town. So that's kind of the update. So there's some big fights coming up for the rest of the year.
Okay, just to put you on the spot, why is the one belt interim?
Which one?
Right here.
Norman said to us he wants to take some time off this year. He didn't want to fight this year. He's focusing on his family. So it's difficult in that situation for us. You got guys like Tumelo Maputa who are #1 contenders, and he's either going to sit and be inactive for a year, which is not fair on him, or we can put on a big fight and give him the title shot that he's fought for and that he's worked for.
Next question, Rafael. You've had 2 great performances here. Who do you want to fight next?
I hope to get my title shot, but I will fight anyone which EFC gives me. Yeah.
Van Dam, you look like you've been wanting to talk a little bit. What happened in that fight? Where did it go wrong for you on the night?
Thanks to everyone to come to support me. I really want to fight, but I'm getting old. I want to be out of the business. But I want one more fight. Graham, please, can give me pot back. And then I'm out of the game. I want to fight him proper again. He's scared to stand up with me. But this game was to shoot early to take me down, but it's okay anyway. I respect him like a fighter. That's all. I thank EFC because I'm getting old, 43 years, but I'm still fighting. I want to stop. I want to not fight.
Martin, there was two pivotal moments in that third round that I want you to speak to you about. The first one, I think, was a right hand that sent Drickus flying backwards just before he shot for the takedown. The first part of the question is, what were your thoughts as you went flying back? And the second part is, you had that DOS choke in, and it seemed like your corner was telling you to move your hips, but you seemed to lean back instead. Give us your thoughts of those two moments. Is that where the fight absolutely changed for you? Or what happened? What was going through your mind?
No, when I caught Drickus, I didn't want to rush him because I knew he was going to shoot, and he did shoot. I didn't want to try and knock him out and, just waste my energy. So I just wanted to see what he done, and then they came off the cage and shot. Ups to him. And as far as the choke's gone, I felt it was very tight. My hands were starting to slip. So my arms were gassed. So I tried to let go. He held on well. I thought he was going to tap because it was very deep. And, ups to him. He weathered the storm.
I think Drickus wants to just reply to that very quickly.
Hi, yeah. Yeah, for everybody who thinks I always go out and I gas. No, thanks Martin for pointing that out before the fight, because in this fight I really wanted to prove that I don't gas. Like, I go out and I'm a physically I'm a strong fighter, but after round one, I felt him. I felt I was the fitter guy in the cage, and I had the DOS choke on first, and mine was on as well. My corner told me to let it go, because there's 5 rounds, and I was feeling I was being comfortable. And once he had his on, I could feel he thought he had it on, and I could feel his hand slipping. And after that choke, I could feel he was done. His arms were tired, I could feel it. So yeah, I was the one guessing at the end of the day.
Just a follow-up for you, Drickus. We asked Cairo Howarth in terms of the possible future contenders. Who do you want to fight next, and why?
No. I'll go back to my team, saying stuff now. I'm emotional. I have this title. I've been working for this title so long. I just want to enjoy this victory, and I'd like to get in there, fight again. I'm always ready to fight. I've been hearing them talking about another FFM guy. Jeez, they were taking it literally when I said I'll beat the whole FFM. But No. It's always great for me to fight against them. They really bring out the best in me. Fighting a guy like Martin, before that, Dino, Darren, all those oaks. Once you fight them, you're going to have a technical fight, number one. And, like Martin, he's a tough oak. And so, you're going to have a bit of both. Their coaches are top level. So it's great for me to fight against them. I like beating them. And I really like to fight them. They bring out the best in me. And whoever the EFC wants to give me and whoever my coaches thinks ready, I'm ready to defend this title.
Thank you all for joining us, and thank you to Sun City. We'll see you back at Carnival City on the 15th of July for the double title fight event. Maynard versus Mazzani and Cabeza versus Huerta. Good night.
EFC 51, the night of champions. 2 champions face their toughest battles as Leon Maynard defends his title from the American invasion of Dave Pain Train Mazzani. And the DRC's Iga Cabeza confronts the onslaught of South African powerhouse Andrew Botha. One of the most exciting fighters in the world, South Africa's Leon Maynard's reign as lightweight champion is under threat as Dave Mazzani, undefeated in the hexagon, flies in from Las Vegas to claim EFC gold. And the undefeated champion, Iga Cabeza, defends his featherweight title for the first time against the knockout artist and wrestling champion, Andrew Botha. EFC 51, Friday, 15 July, Carnival City. Tickets and broadcast information at efcworldwide.com. EFC 50, proudly brought to you by Supabets, the ultimate in sports betting, in association with GNC Supplements, peak performance down to a science. 7 Stars Energy Drink, the new exclusive energy drink of the Extreme Fighting Championship. RDG, Rex, Dip, and Gearbox, proudly bringing you the Hexagon Girls. AG Mobile, the official mobile and tablet partner of the EFC. Aquavita Mineral Water, pure hygienic mineral water. Fireball number 6, the official shooter of the EFC. And Sun International, the premier hotel, gaming, and entertainment group. With special thanks to the following partners: